Eddie Hearn says Tyson Fury should be stripped should he not show up for the trilogy against Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Yeah, man, let's talk.
Push the weight and no flex alive is 1 in the 6. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woo. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woo. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's get to it. You already know the drill. As reported by Boxing Scene, link will be in the description. Eddie Hearn, the promoter of heavyweight contender Dillian Whyte, believes that Tyson Fury should be stripped of his WBC heavyweight title if his upcoming defense is further delayed. So already he's making his bid. We all know why. They mentioned Dillian Whyte. We all know why it's in his best financial interest to strip Fury if he does not show up. Fury has been inactive since February of 2020 when he stopped Deontay Wilder to capture the WBC world title. A trilogy fight with Wilder was scheduled for 2020, but it was postponed several times due to the COVID pandemic. That's somewhat accurate, but let's read further. After some legal issues, there we go, the trilogy was set for a date in July. It later postponed when Fury tested positive for COVID-19. Okay, so now, language is everything. What do I always say about the media? And I'm glad I read this. Didn't they skip a whole bunch of things in between? We know that the fight could have happened last October. We know that the fight could have happened last December. We know that he said he'd never fight Wilder again. Why? Because he offended my family. They just brush over it and say some legal issues. No, it wasn't some legal issues. It was major because it postponed the fight. I haven't read this yet. I'm reading it in real time right now. But I'm skimming through it real quick. I don't see Carlos Takam's name in here, who he tried to fight allegedly. I don't see Ajit Caballero's name. They had fake flyers built up and everything. December 5th. Does that ring a bell? Huh? They just breeze right on by it. They say COVID, the pandemic stopped it, and then some legal issues. Nothing about him trying to get out of the fight. But let's read on. Language. He tested positive for COVID-19, but flew his ass to England to hold his baby girl. Right. Okay. The trilogy fight is now scheduled to take place October 9th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. See you there. Whyte holds the WBC interim title. If Fury gets stripped of his status, then Whyte should be automatically elevated to full champion. I agree. But Hearn is more interested in matching. He's more interested in matching the Fury Wilder winner against his star fighter, unified champion Anthony Joshua, who on September 25th will face mandatory challenger Alexander Usyk. Right. Is that fight even happening? We're about to announce our Next America show for October 16th, and that's only 6 weeks away. And it's tight, but it's not as big a card as Wilder Fury 3 should be. Hearn told Sun. They have sold no tickets. Here he go. They have sold no tickets, and there is absolutely zero hype around the fight. I'm sure if it happens, that people will turn out. I'm getting mad reading this. That people will turn on and watch it, but no one is flying to Vegas. I reckon 75% of the people that went to the second fight were Brits who had flown over, and normal fans cannot do that now. I hope American fans are reading this. I hope y'all are reading this. 75% of the fans that showed up to watch Wilder Fury 3 were Brits. And he also says that normal fans cannot do that now. He just violated you. Even if you hate Deontay, he just violated you. He just put you casual haters on blast because he just basically said, y'all don't spend no money. Y'all don't purchase no tickets. Y'all don't go to the fights. Y'all hate from the sidelines. Is he right? You root against Deontay so hard. This man just disrespected you. You don't go to the fights. You don't buy no pay-per-views. He's just saying that. The Brits came out to support Deontay. Is he wrong? I don't know. I'm asking you. Y'all the haters. He said they sold no tickets. We all know that's a lie. Eddie, stop. Zero hype around the fight. As much as Fury talks, there's zero hype. This is the biggest fight in boxing right now. And what you're trying to do is insert your name in the hat. Fine, man. You want to get Dillian Whyte elevated to get his head knocked off? Fine. I'll be there with the catcher's mitt. Go ahead and get your man killed. What you want to be is a part of the hype. I'm sorry, what happened with DAZN and that American takeover? Yeah, shut your mouth. I want it to happen 100%. Lie. I want a winner of that finally sorted out so we can try to make Anthony Joshua's undisputed fight. Eddie, you are so full of ish, your eyes are brown. But if it doesn't happen, then the WBC have to finally put Fury in recess. Fury has not boxed since February of 2020. And if he doesn't box in October, then it will be almost 2 years since that title was defended. Dillian Whyte has been sitting as an interim champion, desperate and deserving a shot. I appreciate the 2-year absence is down to the I appreciate the 2-year absence is down to the COVID pandemic and the problems, but when it gets to 2 years and everyone else has managed to fight, something has got to happen. So you're blaming the pandemic, Eddie, but you're not blaming arbitration. And yeah, because you was a part of that, Eddie. You was a part of that. You was a part of that circus, Eddie. Next week. You was running around trying to get Fury in the ring with AJ, Eddie. Saudi, Eddie. And now you're mad at Fury's shenanigans. Guess what, Eddie? We've been mad with it the whole time. This could have been taken care of last October, last December. Why aren't you saying that? If you really was in the best interest of AJ like you say you are, you would mention things like that. It's not enough just saying, oh, I want him stripped if he doesn't show up in October. You know that there's a strong chance he might not show up in October. Why? Because this is his rhythm. This is his track record. This isn't new behavior. This isn't magic. This is what he does. And you know it. That's why you're talking. That's why you're trying to throw your name in the hat, because you don't care about Dillian Whyte's health. What you want is in on this payday. You want to bring your product to American shores. You already messed up with DAZN. You're trying to get that bag at Dillian's expense. And I understand that. Dillian doesn't. Lord, if Fury doesn't show up October 9th, I always said, I feel bad for whoever gets in that ring with Deontay, because they're going to catch what Fury is supposed to catch, and it's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. I'm telling you. Eddie Hearn, we don't believe you. You're looking out for your own best interests. You want in on this payday because it's a big payday. The seats not being sold, that's already been debunked, man. But you keep talking. You keep trying to push this weird-ass ideology. No one believes you, dude. You've already been proven a liar. How'd the Fury and AJ negotiations go for Saudi?
Well, a very, very heavy debatation tonight. We had a very Darrison fight. Let's go ahead, Terrace Chase, and look for the head of the pit.
What? When is the fight happening?
Next week, mate. Next week.
American Takeover?
Next week, mate. Next week.
The Zone, the hottest product in America?
Next week, mate. Next week.
Dude, stop. You've already proven yourself to be incredible. So I know you're hoping that Fury don't show up. I'm hoping he does. And it's going to be a big event. But if he doesn't show up, it's consistent with his behavior. And I do agree with you. He should be stripped. But we know why you really want to throw Dillian under the, well, you want to throw his name in his hat, but you're really throwing him under the bus. Because Dillian don't get out of 1 or 2 rounds. He's going to get murdered. He's going to get obliterated and blasted. And then what's next for him? What's next for him? You don't care. And I don't care about no silver strap, whatever the hell. Come on, man. Get out of here with that, man. Stop. Stop. So it's in your best interest to talk this nonsense. Well, it's kind of not nonsense, but you're inserting yourself in it for business purposes. But you're right. Fury should be stripped, but we're dealing with the WBC. We know how that goes. Fury should be stripped, but you're only inserting yourself into this situation for your own personal interests. You want that payday. You want seats not sold. So if seats wasn't sold for Fury versus Wilder, what? It's supposed to be better? Fury versus White? Hey, American trolls, casual fans that hate Wilder. That man just violated you. Link will be in the description. Go read it. He said real fans. Let's read it again. Let's read it again. So I want to make sure you guys understand, because y'all are stupid. Things go over your head. He said, I reckon 75% of the people that went to the second fight were Brits who had flown over, and normal fans cannot do that now. He said zero hype around this fight, right? I am sure if it happens that people will turn out and watch it, but no one is flying to Vegas. So he said this fight sucks and there's no buzz around it. He just took a crap on y'all. Oh, I know you don't care, because all you care about is Deontay losing and making excuses, everything. See, y'all are so like ridiculous. Read between the lines, man. That's okay. What do I always say? Time reveals all truth. Oh, this is just boxing for me. No, it's not. Because when this is over, what you gonna say? Find the next man to hate. Apes. Bronx on deck. Move!